Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm RexFinance, and today we got a special topic to talk about today, which is why we brought the fedora back out for this video. For those of you that are new here or returning, when I bring the fedora out, it generally means we're going to be talking about Workhorse stock or something related to Workhorse and the EV industry. There was very, very important news that was released this morning by Workhorse and Lordstown Motors Corporation, which is the company we're going to be talking about today. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just have to say a massive thank you for all of you guys' support and you guys growing my channel to the way it is today. My goal is to hit 7,000 subscribers by August 15th, and it's August 3rd, and I'm 70 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. So by the end of tonight, I'll probably be at that goal of 7,000 subscribers. When I set the goal, I thought it was an extremely aggressive goal. I didn't think I would make it. But we're going to blow that goal out of the water, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. I couldn't do what I do without you guys. So if you guys are new or returning here, not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn it gray. If it's red, you're doing it wrong. Turn it gray because we make money here and we make money together. So before we get into the video, I want to know how many shares of Workhorse stock or DiamondPeak Holdings you guys own down in the comments, and at what cost basis you own those shares at. So yes, I kind of just spoiled the entire video there. We're going to be talking about DiamondPeak Holdings and the SPAC merger that Lordstown Motors and DiamondPeak are completing together. So this morning, I rolled out of bed, looked at my phone, saw we had a new tweet from Workhorse, which generally means there's new news that Workhorse released. I was shocked when I read what it said. It said that Lordstown Motors is being brought to the public markets and is going to be listed on the NASDAQ exchange. I jumped out of bed, read more into this, and read into DiamondPeak Holdings and how the merger is going to be completed, what the combined company is going to look like, and I decided to buy in today. I bought 1,000 shares of DiamondPeak Holdings. Every share of DiamondPeak that you guys buy today will be a share of Lordstown Motors after the merger is complete. Today we're going to be talking about why I think DiamondPeak or Lordstown Motors is a great investment, the reasons Lordstown is going to succeed, and why it matters for Workhorse stock and Workhorse shareholders. So yes, as I just mentioned, I bought 1,000 shares of DiamondPeak Holdings, which is the blank check company that is going to merge with Lordstown Motors, and that merger is going to be completed by the end of this year or sometime during the fourth quarter. So sometime in the last 3 months of the year, Lordstown Motors is going to be publicly traded on the NASDAQ exchange. Now, as you can see today, my portfolio had a great day. I was even up more than I am currently after hours, but it looks like things have slowly retreated back down. Workhorse had a great day on this news, and DiamondPeak Holdings also had a great day. If you can see to my left, I bought DiamondPeak at $11.45 of average cost. I bought 1,000 shares, and I'm already up $1,500. That's $1,500 I didn't have yesterday that I have today, which is kind of crazy to think about. So you may be wondering why I decided to buy into DiamondPeak Holdings / Lordstown Motors Company. Through my investment with Workhorse, Workhorse already owns 10% of Lordstown, and my investment with Workhorse is going to profit and make me good return even without buying into this Lordstown Motors stock. Well, there are many, many reasons, and the first of them is that this merger is valuing Lordstown Motors at $1.6 billion market cap. That is extremely undervalued to me. Lordstown already has $1.4 billion worth of pre-orders for their all-electric work truck. So you're telling me that $1.4 billion of revenue that's coming in the future means that the entire company's worth $1.6 billion. No, that doesn't make sense. That seems like an extremely undervalued market cap for Lordstown Motors, especially judging by the facility that they purchased from GM. This facility is all Lordstown Motors' property now. They own this facility. This is a multi-million-dollar facility. And again, they have $1.4 billion worth of pre-orders for their trucks already. Now, yes, I know lots of pre-orders. Some pre-orders may be canceled and bring that pre-order number down. However, if they have a good truck, if they have a good product, if they have good reviews, those orders are only going to increase and offset everybody that cancels their pre-orders. So I'm very, very comfortable in saying that I really think Lordstown's going to have at least $1 billion in pre-orders that are fulfilled next year in 2021. For those of you that are interested, a side note is that Lordstown is starting deliveries of these trucks next year. First for their fleet customers, then after that, everybody that puts their own down deposit in for their pre-orders. So this isn't another Nikola story where they don't have a product, where they don't have a facility. That's why I think DiamondPeak / Lordstown is really going to succeed over the long term, which is why I decided to invest over $10,000 of my money at age 19 years old into this company. I have a very good track record. I bought Workhorse stock at $2.84. Today it's right around $20 per share. I recommended buying CleanSpark at under $5 a share, and today it's well over $6 a share. So I've made some money. I've been extremely, extremely blessed, and I've been extremely blessed and fortunate to be able to recommend those stocks to my viewers so that you guys can profit as well. So if you guys bought any shares of DiamondPeak today, or if you own any shares already, or if you owned any shares of Workhorse, let me know down in the comment section below how many shares of each company you own and at what average cost you own those shares at. So another reason I like this SPAC merger more than the likes of Nikola is because the CEO of Lordstown Motors, an extremely intelligent guy, is going to remain the CEO of the merged and combined company when the merger is completed in the fourth quarter of this year. The previous CEO of Nikola Motors is no longer the CEO of the combined company because the owners and the CEO of the blank check company that purchased and merged with Nikola Motors became the CEO and took that position. If I'm investing in a company, I want that company to be led and directed by the guy in the brains that founded the company and has the vision for it. So that was a big deal for me. Steve Burns, if you guys did not know, he is the ex-CEO of Workhorse Group, and he is the brains behind Siri, the Siri in your iPhone or Apple devices. This guy's an extremely intelligent guy, and sometimes if you want to make money in the market, that's how you make money. You find entrepreneurs like Steve Burns who have a great eyesight into the future and the future of technology, the future of everything. If you invest alongside guys like that, you're going to be successful in your life. So as you can see to my left now, Workhorse had a great day, and it was directly correspondent with this news that Lordstown Motors was going to be publicly traded. So you may be wondering, what's the link there? Why is Workhorse profiting and up 24% today from a different company going public? Well, it's because Workhorse, like I mentioned, owns a 10% stake in Lordstown Motors. The all-electric work truck that Lordstown is coming out with was previously Workhorse's technology, and Workhorse sold that technology to Lordstown Motors in exchange for a 10% stake in Lordstown Motors. In addition to that, it was agreed upon that Workhorse would receive 10% of any debt or equity financing that Lordstown Motors went through and got. So I just mentioned that this merger is valuing Lordstown Motors at $1.6 billion. They're saying that the company's worth $1.6 billion. If someone wanted to buy the entire company, they could buy it for $1.6 billion. Because this is technically equity financing, Workhorse is going to receive a big chunk of change because of that. If you do the math, 10% of $1.6 billion is $160 million. That's going to be added directly to Workhorse's balance sheet. This is huge for Workhorse as they anticipate a United States Postal Service contract worth $6.3 billion to produce thousands upon thousands of all-electric delivery vans. Workhorse needs this capital in order to ramp up their production and deliveries of their backlog of pre-orders. This really benefits Workhorse alongside of Lordstown Motors. In addition to the 10% stake, the debt and equity financing that Workhorse receives, Workhorse also receives revenue on each of the first 200,000 Lordstown Endurance vehicles that are sold on the markets. Another reason I really believe Lordstown Motors is going to succeed is something I've brought up in my past videos. To succeed in any industry, let alone the electric vehicle industry, you need two things. You need a niche in your particular industry or market, and you need a head start on all of your competition. That's what Lordstown has. No other company is focused on an all-electric work truck, full-sized pickup truck, all-electric, that fleet customers can purchase and individual consumers can purchase. They're also going to beat all of their competitors to the market with their work truck. So, Lordstown has both of those things. They have the niche in their industry. Their niche is that they're the only company that is solely focused on producing and manufacturing an all-electric, full-sized pickup truck. They also have a head start on all of the competition that wants to come into that industry. They're going to beat Tesla's Cybertruck, for example, to markets by almost a year's time. A year is plenty of time for Lordstown to gain traction, gain new consumers, bring consumers over from Tesla, and really take a hold of the electric work truck industry and be the dominant player in that field. So as I mentioned, I bought 1,000 shares of DiamondPeak Holdings today, which will equate to 1,000 shares of Lordstown Motors Corporation in the future. Lordstown Motors is valued at $1.6 billion, which is extremely undervalued in my opinion. They already have $1.4 billion worth of pre-orders for their all-electric work truck. Since Workhorse owns a 10% non-dilutive stake in Lordstown Motors, if Lordstown Motors succeeds, so does Workhorse. Because their 10% stake in the company, they own 10% of this company already. Their 10% stake in this company is going to be more and more valuable. Now, the reason Lordstown is going to succeed, I've already been through this, but here's even more reasons. They're partnered with GM. GM has invested in Lordstown Motors. GM has a battery cell site right next door to the Lordstown Motors plant. They have no issues raising money, and if they can ramp up their production and their fleet customers are happy, the value of Workhorse's stake in that company is going to shoot through the roof. Now, I want more exposure to this company. I want more exposure than 10%. I want to own 100% of Lordstown Motors through my shares. That's why I bought 1,000 shares today. So, Workhorse and Lordstown Motors combined makes a great investing portfolio. Lots of people advise against only holding 2 or 3 companies in your portfolio, but really, if you know what you're investing in, if you believe in your companies, you shouldn't let other people tell you what to and what not to invest in. So, if you own Workhorse shares and Lordstown Motors shares, you own a great cross-section of the entire electric vehicle industry. People anticipate that industry to boom over the next 5 to 10 years. There's some people that think there's going to be nothing but electric vehicles on the roads within 5 years, which is crazy to think about. If you own Workhorse, you have access to the electric delivery vehicles, and they already have a head start on all of their competition. If you own Lordstown Motors Corporation, you have access to the first full-sized all-electric work truck. In addition to that, Lordstown is going to create other vehicles alongside that all-electric work truck, so as they create more and more vehicles in different prototypes, you're going to have an even better cross-section of the entire industry. So if you're willing to take a little bit of risk, I think it is a no-brainer to invest in Workhorse and Lordstown Motors over Nikola and Tesla, especially Tesla. Tesla has a market cap that's already through the roof. There's tremendous upside for Tesla still, but there's even more upside for Lordstown Motors and Workhorse. So my investing advice to you guys is to own both of these companies. Owning one is better than owning none, but split your money up and own both companies, and you are going to do fantastic with your money over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It goes on and on. You're going to be very successful if you own both of these companies. I'm not saying that you should only own both of these companies, but they're two companies that should at least be a portion of your portfolio. For those of you that are not aware, Workhorse is in the running for a $6.3 billion contract with the United States Postal Service, like I mentioned. Lordstown Motors has agreed that if Workhorse wins that contract or wins a big portion of that contract, which they will, Lordstown has agreed to provide them space to ramp up their production of those postal vehicles in Lordstown's facility. These two companies work together greatly. CNBC had a great article. Move over, Nikola. A new electric truck SPAC called Lordstown is forming and the shares are surging. Nikola is getting left in the dust. Lordstown rising up from the dust. Do I need to say more? Invest in Lordstown. Don't invest in Nikola. Now, some of you guys really want Workhorse and Lordstown to combine, for Workhorse to acquire Lordstown or for Lordstown to acquire Workhorse. Either way, just because Lordstown is going public doesn't decrease the chances of that happening in the future at all, and I truly believe in 10 years it's going to be a combined company. So with that, guys, that's all I had for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. Remember to comment how many shares of DiamondPoint/Lordstown you own, or how many shares of Workhorse you own currently. I'll be back with a brand new video on Wednesday. Stay tuned for that, and have a great rest of your day. Have a great Tuesday. Peace out. Wow.